One family, one people, one planet, one love. One family, one people, one planet, one love. One family.
Good morning and welcome to SoulCall Sunday. My name is Lisa Ferrero. I'm happy to be here with you this morning. And wherever you're joining us from, whichever part of the world, let us know. Drop us a line. It's a really fun day here today because we're doing our food drive. We have a bunch of food in the back. And if you are in the Columbus area and experiencing food insecurity, or if you know somebody in your neighborhood who is, please come by the American Institute of Alternative Medicine between the hours of like 10:15 and 1 o'clock today. And we've got bags filled with very healthy, nourishing, delicious food and some snacks too, because I did some of the shopping. So I made sure there's the things we would want to eat is what we would like to give. So there's nothing required of you. You don't have to show an identification as to where you live. People are people. We are one human race. And so we just want to share as much as we can. So join us today. So I'm going to try, I'm going to try to not talk so much today so we can get out there and hand out food. Everybody's like, oh yeah, okay. We've heard that before. But we welcome you wherever you are on your spiritual path. This Tuesday is going to be the first class of The Holy Science, the book I've been talking about. I'm going to talk a little bit about that book today and the importance of body, mind, spirit connection and what that means. And I'm going to explore it through the theme for the month of September, which is stepping in. And what that means to step in fully with your mind, step in fully with spirit, step in fully with the body, like putting your whole self in, like the hokey pokey consciousness. At the end where you get to shake it all up. And we have more of an opportunity to shake it all up when we got our whole self in, don't we?
Yeah.
Come on, remember this?
Yes.
Remember that? Yes, chicken dance. Okay, so this morning as we start every Soul Call Sunday, we're going to start with a practice of Qigong, which is traditional Chinese medicine. And I've got friends who are really starting to utilize Qigong and practice it on their own. They'll learn how to do it and then do it by themselves every day. The point of this is you're executing your will and directing it to participate with energy and bring it into your physical form. So this morning, we're going to welcome Deborah Weisenberger-Lippitz. And if you're in the room with us, find a space and feel free to participate in Qigong. Then we'll go right into a meditation.
Hello, everyone. Today, we are going to work on making an inner connection, opening our consciousness, our inner lighthouse through our Qigong. You may sit or stand in a comfortable healing posture. Please look forward with the eyes open from inside the mind's home, stretching the vision to infinite space. Gather all the healing qi, good information, wisdom, and pull it back into the mind's home and naturally close the eyes. Our inner awareness begins to awaken when the outside merges with our inner essence, naturally softening, relaxing the entire body, opening up, merging us all together, heart to heart. Now very gently allow the hands to move upward in front of the face, elbows pointed down. Now focusing on the hands, begin to move the fingers, moving the fingers. Focus on the fingers, moving. Tuck in the chin to merge with the neck, opening the throat. Fingers moving. Now merge inside with the mind's home. Massaging gently our consciousness. Massaging, opening, massaging deep inside. Massaging inside, opening, transforming, opening, transforming. Then gradually stop the movement. Observing chi inside. Then slowly bring the palms together in front of the chest in praying hands position. And very gently open the eyes, smiling from the inside out with a new awareness. Knowing the longer you practice this, the more quickly the inner connection merges. Enjoy.
Filling that space within, filling that space with light and recognition, joined by two more singers. And we're going to take this into a lovely meditation, allowing ourselves to feel that pulsating light in recognition that it is the infinite within us. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. in the secret stillness. Oh, infinite divine beloved, I open to the call of my soul. I open to the knowing. I am a spark of the infinite, here to grow in divine love and expression as my unique, individualized flame. As I sit in the stillness and go within, I step into the fullness of life, stepping into the place I know. I say yes to stepping into the not knowing, so that I may continue to grow. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Bringing your attention back to the room. Thank you, Janice and Lisa. And welcome Ben Maloney, our resident keyboard player, pianist. We'll see you in a little bit. You can sit somewhere else if you want to, unless you want to be on camera the whole time and everybody be staring at you. He's used to being on stage though. That's Ben. Yeah. So happy to have live music and wonderful live music. So growing our music program here at SoulCall Global. And welcome once again, wherever you are. And if you're on social media tuning in right now, let us know where you're joining us from. We say hello. And we are here at American Institute of Alternative Medicine building. This is where we meet on Sundays. But today is a very special day. They're all special, but this one is the day of our food giveaway. Yesterday we were here putting it all together in bags. We've got vegetarian bags, we've got gluten-free bags, we got Szechuan, we got Hunan. We don't have. It's just we've got all sorts of food, and so we ask you to look around your neighborhood and realize that every fifth house there's somebody who is experiencing a food insecurity. It might not be exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but every fifth home in this country right now is experiencing food insecurity. So the other thing, couple that with our sense of individual pride and our pull yourselves up by your bootstrap teaching we've all been taught. There's a time for that. There's a time to ask for help. So, and there's a time to just bring it when you know it's necessary before somebody even asks. The Sufis would call that adab. It's called hospitality. It's called thinking of other and recognizing there's a need. So nothing wrong with dropping off a bag of food on your neighbor's doorstep when they're not home. They don't even need to know where it comes from, which is kind of what our deal is. We kind of want people to know we're here, but we don't want them to know where it comes from so that they know that it's the infinite looking out for them through the connection of each soul, each person on the planet. So that's what we stand for. So we're here until 1 o'clock today handing out bags of food. So join us. Which brings me to our theme for the month of September, which is stepping in. Stepping in. You can think of many different ways of stepping in. Some are positive, some have a little curiosity to them, you know. Like you might have heard the phrase, "Oh, they stepped in at this time." Yeah. Sometimes stepping in could be not the most effective use of our time. Sometimes we need to make a decision to really step more fully in because we realize, until we're fully committed, as the saying goes, we hesitate. But how do you put your whole self in, your soul self in, as I say? And it's harnessing the power of will, intention, realization, of body, mind, spirit connection. And what I call it is, instead of having like the slinky step, the slinky consciousness, putting the slinky step in would be, part of me is here, but the rest of me hasn't caught up yet. And then as soon as it does, it's part of me's there and the rest of it. So we spread ourselves out sometimes in ways that don't permit us to commit. We don't permit to commit. And in that, there's the realization that we're not really making as big an impact in our soul's evolution. This is what it's all about. It's not what the world thinks of us. It's what we know when our head hits the pillow at night. Am I where I feel like I'm coming to life? Am I experiencing the kind of joy I should be experiencing, I could be experiencing in my life? It's about you. Because in coming alive, as the saying goes, the Howard Thurman quote, more people, just what the world needs is not, don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive. What the world needs is more people who have come alive. And once you know what that is for yourself, it doesn't mean that tomorrow it's going to be exactly the same thing. There's a time where things shift. Think about a time in your life where you thought, I could do this every day, all my life. I love it so much. And you're not even doing that thing anymore. How many of you can say that? I don't even do it. I remember looking out of my window one afternoon at a bunch of friends who had gathered at the home of my neighbor downstairs. I lived in a duplex in Pittsburgh. And they were all going to go country line dancing. Remember when that was a thing? Yeah. And I just remember, she's like, I can't believe you're not coming with us. I said, I'm glad you're having fun, but I just want to meditate. Like, I could sit in my house and meditate all day long. I feel like I'm in the cosmos. I've got the whole universe at my disposal. I'm so happy to be here. And when I go country line dancing, I will have a great time, which I did when I went, but I didn't need to do it all the time. But the thing that I was thinking was, today it's country line dancing. How long will they do that? And then there'll be the next thing. And then there'll be the next thing. And the next thing. And the next class. And the next workshop. And the next, all of it. But where can we go to wherever we are, taking wonderful classes, taking wonderful workshops, and being fully present in them to help ourselves really grow? It's that inner work. Stepping in. Today, I'm talking about stepping into your soul. Into the unknown. I was talking with a client yesterday, and it never quite hit me like this. This is why I love coaching so much. I learn so much from my clients and what comes to my mind as I'm speaking with different people. But I never quite thought of it as I do right now. But Helen painted this beautiful heart image, and I'm looking at that, and I can think of the same thing. But if you consider yourself as being more space than form, just think about that for a minute. It's hard to imagine, because when I clap my hands together, I'm certainly form, and I'm in a physical form. But if you consider that inside there's more space than form, we are formlessness and form at the same time. We have the capacity then to invite things in because we have space for them. It's kind of like Glenda the Good Witch on the bubble. She came floating in on a pink bubble. I'm not saying we're pink bubbles floating in space. What I am saying is we have the capacity to make room for things if we focus on the inner life more than the outer life. And not only do we have a chance to bring forth something from within, we stop looking outside for these things to fulfill us. We stop looking outside for things to pull in, and we allow something to rise from within us in that space of knowing, stepping inside. There's more inside. Paramahansa Yogananda would say, have more happiness inside. It's okay, he would say, to go dancing, country line dancing, or to do this or that. Yeah, we're human, and that's part of our joy. Bring your whole self to those things. If you're going to do it all the way. Or don't do it, right? Do it all the way. My father would watch us do things. He was a bit of an efficiency expert, my father, or at least he thought so. No, but he really was. He would watch how to make shortcuts in a process without sacrificing quality at the end. You know, if you did it this way, you could get it done faster and you won't be wasting anything. He was all about, he had a garden and trees, and he was a student of nature. My father loved nature. And so he watched how nature tended to itself. There are no wasted steps in nature. There are no wasted steps in consciousness when you start living from the inside. But what he taught me about being an efficiency expert was being present with what you're doing while you're doing it. Watch all the parts. See how the big picture goes together. Then you can see, we don't need this. Or you know what we need? We need something right here to help smooth out this transition. So paying attention in your own lives, what do you need to step more fully into? Just for yourself, take a little, where are you right now on the cusp? We're always at a crossroads. If we think about it every day, we're always at a crossroads of sorts. The exploration of, unknown space is sometimes the space between our ears. We don't take the time to really think or introspect. My favorite word for that is contemplate. Contemplation is more than looking for answers. People think contemplation is looking for answers. And for me, contemplation, I would like to offer a different definition of contemplation. And instead of looking for an answer in our contemplative state, just look for more questions. Be curious in your contemplations. Be willing to say, I have no idea, but that's a curious thing. I want to step into the unknown of my own consciousness. And this class, The Holy Science, it is a bit of an intense book, and I picked it out on purpose. And I've heard that from almost everybody, the brave people who are going to be in the class, the brave people who don't feel like doing it yet. It's just a way of synthesizing three key elements of our humanity, or human form. Body, mind, spirit. There's no mistaking that that is a common theme we see all over the place. Body, mind, spirit, body, mind, spirit. We see it in yoga, we see it in Qigong, we see it in... But what this is going to enable us to do is to introspect and take apart and put back together mind. What is in my mind? How did it get there? What's mine? What was imposed upon me? And what can I keep and what can I throw away? So now we've got mind working. I understand my own mind. I am creating space in my mind for new things. I'm going to create a bubble of space. Those of you who have taken voice lessons with me, it's all about creating space in your throat and in your mouth, creating space, standing upright, space in your lungs, creating the space to make a resonant, beautiful tone. Nobody wants to hear somebody sing like that, unless you're a cartoon, Mel Blanc or somebody like that. But creating space in the mind then to allow for spirit to give you some other information that couldn't get in there. Do you ever have who has a junk drawer in their house? Everyone left, or more than one, depending on which room of the house. There's a junk drawer in that room, my art room. Yeah. Do you ever get to the point where you just couldn't stuff another thing in there? Yeah. Or companies coming and it's like that. When our mind is filled with what it thinks it knows, it's very difficult to create space for something else to come in. So this is inviting the contemplation of, what is the efficiency of my mind? Is this step necessary? Do I need to think like this anymore? Does this thought serve me? No, it does not help my end game, as my father would say. Get rid of it, then try it. See what comes up in its place. If you stop doing this, what else might you do? Instead of doing it the same way all the time. When we do creativity retreats and workshops, I talk about this too. It's like using your non-dominant hand to brush your teeth, or to try to write, or driving home a different way, or picking up, something, cutting your sandwich with the other hand. It just creates new neural connections in the brain, which the brain loves to do. The plasticity of the brain, they're just starting to figure out how elastic our consciousness is. Our brain is. Our consciousness is huge and can do a lot more things in the brain than most people realize or explore. So that's the challenge. So the other part of the book then is how to prepare the body to hold this kind of a charge. It would be like My refrigerator bulb blew out after 7 years, finally, right? Which was amazing. I'll never get another one like that. It probably last 2 years. But it's a 40-watt bulb in there. But if you tried to put, an 80-watt bulb in a 40-watt, or try to put too much voltage through a tiny bulb, you'd blow it out. Our bodies are the same way, which is why we love Qigong. It's bringing in the light, getting the body used to vibrating and pitched higher, so you can hold more of a charge. So this part of the book is about how to prepare the body so I'm going to charge the people in the class for the 6-week course. Let's try to experiment with how to cleanse the body, how to keep it clean, get ready for that charge. Just as an experiment, like we're going to take it into the laboratory of our lives, see if it works. See how well it works for you. See what happens when we try to change a habit of eating, of thinking. So eating, another one would be thinking. And then it also synthesizes the truths from many of the religions that are already here and a lot of the wisdom you already carry in your own heart. It will give credence to I knew that the whole time. You'll have a lot of those aha moments. It's one of these books where if you open it, it just kind of springboards you into something, and you close it and you can contemplate this thing all day long. It's meaty like that. So the invitation is there. We start on Tuesday. But the thing that I get most jazzed about with this book is it synthesizes body, mind, spirit so that it is solidly aligned. Those 3 things are working. Like we like baseball. I was telling you before, it's like the battery of the team is the pitcher and the catcher. Without catch and release, you'll experience more of the giving and receiving energy in everything you do. You'll be receiving it from infinite spirit into your illumined body and enlightened mind. And every step you take on those 3 planes, you'll be with yourself. You'll be perfectly present and you'll be there. What that does is it enables us to then springboard into the superconscious realm, where our signal station, our receiving station, our transmission station is completely aligned, tuned, it's cleaned. We're ready. Now we can feel the currents from the earth. We could see energy around people, which is not the point, but you'll be able to do that. And to be able to tap into cosmic consciousness and know when spirit's telling you something and when it's your old mind. Like the new thought movement isn't changing your own thoughts. It starts there, but it's the one that comes from the infinite and is volleyed into your mind. You'll know it when you feel it. So stepping within, keeping these 3 things solidly aligned, the body, mind, spirit connection that keeps these beautiful human forms. We are not limited in any way in a human form. It's just we've got so used to being told that, or we get so limited by the things we see that we don't know how to tap into super consciousness anymore. That's okay. It's not your fault. But every single day we could be putting something into practice to open up the idea of stepping in to the space between worlds and filling it in with the calling of your soul, which is pure joy. Pure joy. So I was speaking with one of the nuns from Self-Realization Fellowship the other day, and I was telling her, some of the challenges of being clear about next steps. I could see how it's going. I could see where it's going, but sometimes the steps almost look identical to me. They vibrate the same. And she said, can you do both? And it was a trick question. Can you do both? Can I go left and right at the same time? What do you think? Your body can't. Spirit can? Anyone buying that?
Nope.
Think about it. If based on what I just said, you put your whole self, body, mind, spirit, you've got to be all in. Yeah. So I could do it this way. I could do it that way. This is how this is all unfolding in my mind. Like I think of my dad. I could do it this way. I could do it that way. Do I sacrifice anything in the middle? She didn't answer it for me. She made me contemplate the question. On either path, will I be sacrificing anything of myself that I find necessary and useful that I've worked on achieving? No. Okay, so that's not it. So you just become more of a question asker instead of an answer seeker. And then at some point you got to take the step, knowing with the confidence of the infinite, you're not alone. You're never alone. But if you put your whole self in, your soul self in, you're going to get information immediately. Nope, I'm going to try this. Oh, the sky opens up. And the thing is, you can do no wrong. You can't hurt yourself. You're going to be fine because you're never, ever, ever out of the watchful eye or the loving heart. Those are, symbols of the infinite. It's not going to let you, but you learn something from this thing. Even if you take that step, there was something you needed to do. Now I know why I'm going this way. Because when I tried it that way, so we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes it's already invented, or it's about to come through you in a way that's unique, because we are all unique. But finding the joy on days where you just can't seem to take the next step and you don't know, just sit and step in and ask. My prayers are still like this. When I started to have the courage to just talk to God like I would talk to anything else in the infinite, I would just make it so obvious that I can't screw it up. Just say it, Those of you who know me well know that I'm a pretty clear, direct, pretty straight shooter. Where everybody's like, yep, that's a blessing, and it's a bigger blessing. I don't think it's necessarily a curse, but it's just kind of, where you stand, and you know what I'm thinking, and then we can keep the ball rolling. You don't have the time we spend guessing. Sometimes the time we spend guessing is because we're not fully stepping in. So take the guesswork out of it, synthesize body, mind, spirit in practical ways. There's some astrology in this book. There's everything you've seen all around, but it kind of synthesizes all this wisdom into one tiny little place that will springboard you forever. And I'll offer it again. So it'll come back around more frequently than Haley's comment. But if now's not the time, no worries. Do what you're doing, but do it by stepping into your soul and put your whole self, your soul self, into whatever you're doing now and now and now. Do great things, small things with great love, Mother Teresa says. Just know that you're always completely accompanied. You're never alone. You're always accompanied by the infinite. Always. And that infinite is always holding us in a bubble, a space of love and infinite joy. Infinite joy. I loved Deborah's tickling chi today, because if you can just feel, I need to feel you with me, oh infinite. You're allowed to say stuff like, I need to feel you, make me feel you. And sometimes the breeze will blow. Was the breeze going to blow anyway? Who knows? But whatever it is for you, just know it'll show you in ways it just loves to play. It loves to delight you. It loves to make you laugh. And sometimes, it likes to grow us in ways. But stepping fully in with confidence, knowing that you can do no wrong, you're going to be all right. So stepping in. All right. So thank you for joining us this morning. We're going to go into, I want to kind of wrap up because we've got people that might be pulling up to get food bags today. And so we're stepping into nourishing the people. So give yourselves a hand, everybody who's worked on that. Yeah. I want to thank everyone who's here this morning, everyone who helps set up our room, everyone, Aiden on the other side of it there. A couple really exciting things coming up. So the class, as you know, is starting on Tuesday. You can get the book from Self-Realization Fellowship. I have 2 books if you're local. I have books if you need them, if you want to start the class. And then Circle of Love Gathering. How many of you have been to a Circle of Love? Woohoo! Yay, everybody pretend like you have been. At a gorgeous space here in Delaware County. It's called the Dempsey Event Center. We're going to be there the 14th through the 16th. And if you come in a day early in that morning on Friday, we'll have a pre-conference session at, where did we say we're going? Innis Woods. Yeah. Beautiful. Gorgeous place. So all the information is at www.circleoflovegathering.com and more information on the SoulCall Global website. But you could register circleoflovegathering.com. It's really affordable. And it's a wonderful opportunity. Reverend David Leonard will be here. He's a little mystical, magical man. He's a magic man. Yeah, and let's see, Helen will be doing Qigong. Jack Fowler, Natalia Zuckerman will be with us. It's really going to be a deep, nourishing, soul-nourishing event. So join us for that. Christy Hardwick, our very own Christy Hardwick, is going to be here in Columbus, live and in person, promoting her book, Radical Self-Tenderness. And she's going to be giving the talk on the weekend of September 24th, 25th. So be here and get to meet her in person, and she'll do a workshop afterward with her book. And getting something, our food drive is right now. Mark your calendars this one's going way out into the future. For Wednesday, November 30th is going to be the date for our silent auction / Jazz Up the Holidays. We don't even have a graphic for that yet, but that's going to be at the McConnell Arts Center. Yours truly and a 7-piece band. It'll be our 19th annual, November 30th, silent auction Jazz Up the Holidays concert at the MAC. Food today, come and get it. And what am I forgetting? I'm forgetting something. Aiden, am I forgetting anything? Yeah, Wednesday meditation. That's it. Every Wednesday. So thank you for that, because I forgot, like everyone else is forgetting. We moved it from Monday to Wisdom Wednesday meditation. So we didn't only move it, we just changed the time on you too. So it's kind of like we're trying to hide. But 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday. But a very special one is coming up on September 21st for the autumnal equinox. We're going to be live with our Kirtan group out at the Dempsey Event Center in the round sanctuary space. September 21st, it'll be a live Kirtan chanting meditation, 7 to 8. All are welcome. It's a donation based, but come and meditate in that space amazing.
Yes.
It's gorgeous, and the chanting is awesome too. So join us for that. So now we're going to send you off. We're going to bring the singers back up. We thank you for joining us. That's you guys. We're going to bring the singers back up. We are. Yeah, because we're going to wrap it up. And remember, wherever you are on the planet, we thank you for joining us this morning. Oh, and donations. There's a donation bucket in the back there. We welcome all your donations. Please check us out at soulcallglobal.org/donate. And it helped us to purchase lots and lots of food. So thank you for your contributions. It helps us a lot. And prayers at soulcallglobal.org if you're in need of prayer. And we've got our healing team connected to the prayer team. They send out Reiki and energy, and people have been healing and doing really well. Sorry, Ben. I was like, are you ready? Now I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. So remember, wherever you are on the planet, say it with me. You are loved. Peace and blessings. You can join us singing, We Are the Light. We are the light. We are the light. We are the light of the world. We are the light. We are the light. We are the light of the world. We are the light. We are the light. We are the light. We are the light of the world. We are the light. We are the light. We are the light of the world. I trust in me. I trust in you to shine. We are the light. We are the light. We are the light of the world. We are the light. We are the light. We are the light of the world. What do lights do? Shine. Peace and blessings. Have a beautiful week, everyone.
One family, one people, one planet, one love, one family.